Hey everyone, it's Robin, RS Island Crafts, and welcome to my studio. This is my Whip It Wednesday video where I'm going to show you the crafty goodness that I've been working on. Look, I finally took down the batting for the community quilt. I've not had time to work on very much in the last couple weeks, but I did go ahead and take that down just so we don't have this weird piece of batting sitting there. It will go up there and I will work on it, just not right now apparently. There's just so many other things that are going on that I just haven't had time to work on it. But I have been working on it here. I need to set myself up so I can do kind of like a leader ender thing for the flying geese. I'm going to do a flying geese border, and I want to do some small flying geese, quarter square triangle, half square triangle, all of that throughout it. But I need to make those pieces first before I can start putting everything together. So I need to set myself up one of my little project bins here. That bumped the camera, sorry, but I need to set up one of these so that I can go ahead and start working on it when I have 5 minutes. The setting up of projects always takes me the longest. The pressing the fabric, choosing the fabric, cutting the fabric, all of that prep work, because once I get sewing, it's really easy just to keep feeding that fabric through the sewing machine. Speaking of the community quilt, I posted some blocks last week, I think, over in the community tab here on YouTube, but I wanted to show you the blocks because they're sitting right here. So before I go ahead and I mix them in with the rest of them, I like to show them to you. You can go to the Patreon page. It's linked down below in the description box, and it's still pinned at the top of the page for you to see all of the different blocks. I will probably unpin it before the end of the year, and then next year I'll pin something new. They were pressed, but I put them back in the envelope, so my apologies for the crinkleness. But here's a fun cactus one, and it looks really great, right? It's a great looking block, and I didn't think anything about it until I started pressing it, and then when I flipped it over, look, the cactus is actually seamed. So for those of you that want to or need to seam a piece of fabric to finish off a block or a project, it's really not going to be that noticeable if certain things, like if you have two pieces of the same white fabric or something, or this fabric. But even look with the cactuses, it's just, okay, so these are pink and red and these are orange. It still looks the same. The black background is the same, it's just from different areas of the fabric. So I thought that was really kind of neat. And they also sent in some flying geese for me to add to it, and I think they bumped it up a little bit so that it would fit into the block areas, so that was really great. I really appreciate that. And there's some fun fabrics. This one here is a fun batik. For anyone who worries about me having band-aids on my fingers, don't worry about it. It usually means either I got scratched by the cats or I was still dealing with the cracked fingers. They're almost finally healed. I don't feel as embarrassed putting them in videos. I just have one little bit of a rash right here left to clear up, and that's mostly because I made some lettuce for a salad, and I have to wear gloves when I wear lettuce and when I cut up the lettuce, because that was my very original reaction, was to doing lettuce for salads when I worked at Wendy's. I wore 2 gloves when I was doing the lettuce. So I cut up the lettuce and then I put it in the salad spinner, and then you take the lettuce out. So I think some water must have gotten in the gloves. Gloves always leak. They just always leak. That's why doctors wear 2 a lot of times, because they just leak. And these were even cheaper ones. So I have that. But anyways, that's the only reason. It's not a rotary cutter cut or anything like that, so no worries. I just don't want to make you look at anything. Now this one was a stupid thing. I was out shopping and running errands on Friday, and I must have hit my nail on something and it split this way, and I did the thing you know you're not supposed to do, but you do anyways, where you peel the nail off one way, and it was fine. I peeled the nail off the other way and it went into the bed, and yeah, it just bled. So it's got some Neosporin on it. It's healing up, no worries. But thank you for checking in on me when you see little wounds like that. We're dealing with 5 cats in this house. 3 of them are mine, 2 are my daughter's. I'm always getting scratched by somebody. That's why my arms always kind of look not the prettiest. Okay, so we have some more community blocks. These are from a new quilter. And I think she did an amazing job. They look great to me. They're all even. They're all 6.5 inches. I really like this look here with the same fabrics and then just that one like that. I think alternating this back and forth would be really pretty for a project. Maybe smaller ones for a pillow. And then we have the 2 hearts, and you can just see how different it looks just by changing your outer fabrics. So thank you so much for adding to the community quilts. You can send blocks in all the way up until the quilt is finished, and if you'd still like to send in blocks, I can turn it into a mini quilt. As many blocks as I can get on the front that will fill this space, even up higher than you can see, I'm going to put them in the front, and any extra blocks will go on the back. And then I'll periodically just flip-flop the quilt back and forth so that we can see both sides. Because so many of you were so sweet and you sent more than one block. Like these, I'll probably start by putting these 2 on the front, and then if there's more room, I'll incorporate more. I don't run up to the post office very often now unless I'm mailing a package. I've figured out a way that I can mail a lot of Etsy orders here. They have that big metal mailbox with all of the little individual mailboxes that you have to open with a key, and it has this outgoing mail slot. I think I've talked about this before, but it has a little roof over it to stop the rain from going in. So that means you only have so much space to get things in. But when you guys order from my Etsy shop, and there are these smaller quilts, some of the larger wall hangings or mini quilts, but they're really small mini quilts like these sizes and stuff, I can fit those in there. Fabric postcards can go out there, no problem. Of course, some zipper pouches. It's when you have the larger items like a tote bag, or you've bought several items, then I run them up to the post office. But I can kind of slide them in, and I have that little cardboard piece that I just put in there, and it has this little piece that comes down that I can shove it to make sure it drops over, because it has like a little shelf in the beginning. It keeps the mail from piling up right there and allows it to fill up so everyone can send out their outgoing mail. So if there's something that you sent and I haven't picked it up yet, just let me know, send me a message that you mailed something, or let me know that it's coming and it's on its way, and I will try to at least get up every week to check on it. I did finish a couple projects last week or the week before that I didn't show you guys. I finished a maple leaf project, and that one was purchased. Someone called dibs on it, and it went, I'm sorry, it bit my lip. And now it's, you know how once you bite something, it keeps wanting to catch your attention, and you keep biting it over and over. So if I sound funny, that's because I keep biting this one spot right there. Anyway, this one was finished. I have mine over here behind. How can you do that? There it is, over there behind me. So I'm going to finish that one up. So that's the one like this. That one, it's on my list. I really wanted to do it last weekend, and I didn't get anything done this weekend. I'll show you what I was able to accomplish, and I did it Sunday at like 3 p.m. is when I started working on it. It's just been a crazy, y'all have those weeks, right? And then here's the maple, nope, it's not a maple. This is the acorn block mini quilt that I finished. And that one is in the shop and waiting for someone who's traveling to come and pick it up. So that one's been claimed already. If you ever miss out on one of them and you want to call dibs on the ones that I plan on hanging in my room, or you can ask me to make one, I don't mind. I just like to make a second one to hang in my room to fill up. You can't see it as much today because of the way I have the camera pointing a little further down, but they're all above the door. There we go. I think something hit my little phone holder here and knocked it down, but I want to just keep adding them all up over here and down on the wall here and up there. The community quilt will be here, and then off into my bedroom suite section of the room, I will be filling that up with mini quilts on the wall. I still have some in the closet that need to go up, because right now I only have one in my bedroom and then a painting from when my oldest son, Justin, one of my grandparents' friends out in Pine Island, painted a picture from a picture of him. They painted a picture, and that's hanging up over my TV. I also wanted to work on the sunflower project. There's my version right there. I had all of the same fabrics to use except for the centers, so I chose this one for the center of my sunflower, so I think that's going to be fine. I was just happy that I had more of this, I don't even know what it's called. It's some type of, it's just a tan background, and I always say it has like paintbrush strokes on it or something. I'm sure it has an official name or something like that. So maybe I'll get that done this week. Maybe I won't. My patrons and I, we worked on a ticker tape Christmas tree block. And the way you do it, you always end up with extra bits when I followed this version of it. So again, you can't really tell, right? But I sewed that block together too, because I had 2 pieces of triangle. When you do this process, you end up with extra white backgrounds, because if it's a solid piece of fabric with the same color all the way through, like a batik or just a plain solid, you can avoid having to have a left and a right. But since this is snowflakes, there we go, you can see the snowflakes on the white, I ended up having to do this. So just sewed it together. I'm like, why not? This will go into my random block pile, and it'll eventually get turned into a quilt. I might even decorate it as a Christmas tree, or it might just stay as a forest. So there is the little ticker tape bits sewn down to that. So if you guys remember, I purchased the Patchwork Duffel Mini from Knot and Thread Designs. I finally started working on it. I was actually going to make that my weekend project. I didn't get to it on Saturday, so I'm like, I can get a lot of it done on Sunday. No, I could not, because again, like I said, I didn't start until 3 o'clock. It's not quite sewn together for the outside bits, but you can get an idea. And it looks like this because I sewed everything together and it still needs to be sewn together in rows. I have it all clipped. I just clipped it all. It'll be fine. I can put it through my machine and do one section at a time. But this gives you an idea of what my bag will look like. These bits right here stand out quite a bit because I was using 2.5-inch squares. The pattern calls for different size squares, but I'm using mini charms and I didn't have enough. I did 2 sets of mini charms, and there was some in there that were even more of a white background than this, and I thought that might not be good for a duffel bag. So I brought out some similar ones in the darker shades, and I just put them at the bottom. So they're in the center of this because this is the way the duffel bag will go together. So you'll see that side and you'll see that side, and those will be on the bottom. My patrons know that I'm not a huge fan of reading patterns and trying to figure it out that way. There is a quilt along going on Instagram with the designer to take you through step by step, but they chose the fabrics and they were talking about using the soft and stable and stuff. They haven't even gotten to the point of sewing it together yet, and I could not wait because once this is done, I have a custom order to work on for something that's similar, and I need to have this one done so we can kind of see what it looks like first. Can't always wait for the quilt alongs. I worked on a lot of different things behind the scenes, did a lot of research, did things for cleaning the house, ran errands and all of that, and that's what ate up my week. And I was also working on the advent boxes. Now, I have all of the items all set. I have all of them wrapped except for the one that I need to do a video of so that when we do the advents in December, you guys can see what I sent. And then I had to go down the rabbit hole research trying to figure out boxes. So a lot of people that do the monthly subscription boxes and things like that, whether it's for, I'm going to be posting a video soon about the new channels that I've been following. I mentioned it before during a live stream. We had a woodworker come in and hang out with us while we were doing some sewing. And I thought that was really kind of cool. So I wanted to do a video where you guys can post your favorite non-quilty channels. I know some of you follow the stained glass people, and then there are people that paint and the woodworkers, and there's all kinds of people out there. So we're going to do a video where we can gather up all those channels so you guys can find something new to watch this winter. But I fell down the rabbit hole and with stationary people. So I have all kinds of stationary people I'm now following. It's just kind of fun to watch something different while you're sewing. So I had to learn all about advent boxes and packing them and, you know, where to buy boxes, what are these boxes called and stuff like that so I can find them. Boxes aren't inexpensive. Boxes can range anywhere from like $1.25 to, I saw some that were $26 a box. I'm like, you've got to be kidding. Okay, fine, you can have your design on it and everything, but who could afford to do that for a business, right? If I can find the tissue paper that I have here at home, this is stuff that I picked up on Amazon, but I was able to put my Advent items all in a box. So for those of you that are receiving an Advent box from me that you've purchased from my shop, there's still one full Advent and one half Advent. I believe that's what's left in the shop right now. So I'm going to be doing this, and normally you would just go ahead and mail this box out as is. Tape up the sides, put your shipping label on it, and it's good to go just as is. But I wanted to do a little candy sweet treat for each day. Like when you open the Advent and you get the little piece of chocolate or you get a little candy or something. Oh, I did it again. So anyway, I still wanted you guys to have that little sweet treat, but there's no way I could fit 25 little sweet treats into this box. If I didn't put them in these little envelopes and have everything numbered and really cute, well, I don't know about cute, but organized, then I could do it. I could just stick and tuck in. Then I could still do it. I could tuck in little pieces of candy throughout, but then what if they melt or something? So I just want to have them individual like that. So what I'm going to do for this year, I'll be better next year. I'm going to put all the candies into the little paper bag, number them with the dates so that you don't have to do it. You can be like, oh, it's the 1st. Here's this one. If you want to eat the 25th on the 2nd, what am I to say? You know, they're all going to be about the same anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I'm going to put them in some type of a bag, and then I will put them on top of here, and then I'll put this whole thing inside one of my aqua mailing sleeves. That way everything's all together and it'll be like that. I did look at bigger boxes. So for those of you that are saying, Robin, why didn't you get a bigger box? I did look at bigger boxes. This one is like 12 by something by something. Once you get to the 13-inch boxes, they get wider here and then it becomes not as sturdy. Everyone that was getting the boxes that were 13 inches and bigger, I think I saw some at 14 or 16 or something, they were saying that the cardboard became thinner and it was less sturdy. And I'm not worried about the tops caving in or anything because this is jam-packed, but at the same time, I do want the box to be sturdy and I want something that I can do for other things. I'd like to do other like mystery boxes, not Advent boxes, something like let's say September, since the month's already over, right? So September's mystery box, you might get a zipper pouch, a keychain, a dishcloth, a pot holder, something like that, you know, and you won't know what it is, but it'll be themed for that month. And I would like to start doing something similar to that next year. I don't know about every month. I've been trying to find, I talked to you guys about it to see what your interest might be. So I've talked about different things with the cards and the postcards, and I'm not really sure where everyone's interest level is at. And I know ultimately it comes down to the price point. So I want to see what I can do and keep them at a reasonable price, but then I can send them out in boxes like this. Put some of that crinkled paper in it, some tissue paper or something. The cardboard's recyclable, or you can reuse the box yourself for holiday stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I've also fallen in love with the stationery people. I've learned how to make books. I've learned how to make notepads. I've learned how to make planners, and I've learned how to make sticky notes and stickers and all kinds of fun things that I want to bring. I don't want to run a stationery store. I can't do what I do and run a stationery store. Now, a stationery store is not my thing, but I want to design some things for the RS Island Craft Shop. Just a few things, some stickers, maybe some notepads. I don't have a notepad. I don't have notepads. This one's kind of a notepad. Someone sent me this one a while ago, and I really like it because it has that magnetic top here. But the notepads like this that have the glue across the top and then you just peel the pages off, I learned how to make those. This was a cute little sticky note holder, but I learned how to make sticky notes and how to glue them here and how to glue them there, and it's not as complicated as I thought it was. I just don't have the tools to do it at the level that I'd like to do it. I could try it and, you know, play with the tools I have, but it wouldn't be cost effective to use my buried little printer here as a long-term thing. I'm still looking into, I think I have an idea of the Cricut that I would like to get. Now I'm just going to wait for because we're at that time of the year for all the Prime Day sales and the holiday sales. I have a feeling it's got to go on sale at some point, right? At least Joann's puts it on sale. I just don't know if it's a real sale or just their marked up price that they bring down. I feel like we were all over it today, but I am pulling out this year's planner because I have color-coded stuff, and this month, for the month of October, on WiP It Wednesdays, our scrappy word of the day is going to be a common quilting abbreviation, because I thought that might be fun this month, and then I'll start theming them each month going forward, because I have my big old 2025 weekly monthly planner where I can go ahead and I have more room on the monthly days compared to what I have right here. So these actually have lines on them. So there's like 5 or 6 lines on here, and then on this one it's much smaller. So that'll give me room to go ahead and put the scrappy words ahead of time, because I always forget them. And when you guys start leaving comments, I'm always like, why is everyone talking about toothbrushes or something? It's so weird. I'm like, oh yeah, that was a scrappy word. So let me give you your scrappy word for today. Today's common quilting abbreviation is LQS. So would you guys like me to give you the answer to the abbreviation, or would you like to guess down in the comments? Because once one person starts giving you the answer, it's going to be really easy to figure it out. But what you could do if you're bored and you're feeling a little wacky like I am sometimes, LQS, besides the actual abbreviation answer, what do you think it could be? You could have a little fun with that. I know some of you guys are very creative, or just let us know down in the comments what you think LQS is. Now this month I picked some really simple ones, so they're not too complicated, but as we get going forward, I'd like to choose some more uncommon words that people don't use that often. Like pigs. Do you guys know what a pig is? Don't say it. We'll pull that one out next month and see what it is. So for WiP It Wednesdays, we are going to have the common quilting abbreviations, and on the tutorial days, I'll come up with something else. Maybe that one will be the one that's themed for the season we're in. So for October, we can have things like, you know, Halloween stuff or something like that. We'll see. I have a couple days before I have to worry about Friday's tutorial. So thank you guys. I have one more thing. Everyone's been waiting to hear what's going on with Missouri Star with their partner program. I received an email this morning before I started this video, and I thought I'd go ahead and give you guys an update. I don't think it's a big secret since everyone knew that it was up in the air for the rest of the year. But for the rest of this year, 2024, they are putting the affiliate partner program on hold. So they're not going to be doing any of our links anymore. So we won't be earning any money if you shop through them. And there won't be, you didn't have a discount in September, so there won't be any discount going forward. They are talking about doing some fun things for the rest of the year here and there with certain channels. I have no idea if I will fall into the categories of what they're looking for, because I don't know what they're looking for. If I see something fun over there, I will still go ahead and post it in the community tab, and I put their little quilting star emblem up, so if you guys see it and you don't want to know what's going on at Missouri Star, you can keep scrolling past. If you're looking for a special deal, you can go ahead and look and see what it is. Plus, if you're signed up for their emails, they're going to be sending you one every day anyway. And then next year, they'll let us know whatever their plans are. I think they're still going to be doing a few giveaways here and there with some channels. It might only be an Instagram thing. You know, your guess is as good as mine, but I just want to let you know, if you were holding off for any reason or hoping the 20% would come back, it has been canceled for the rest of the year. and then we'll see what happens in January. If they give me any more information, I'll be sure to let you guys know, but I don't have an in with Missouri Star. I'm just a little channel here that is unknown to them. So we'll go from there. I still have some products, so you will still see some things from them as I'm using the products, and I will be posting about them mostly over on Instagram, except for here, like on the WiP It Wednesdays and stuff, or if it ends up being as part of like a tutorial or something. So if you're not subscribed to me or you don't follow me on Instagram, if you do Instagram, it would be great if you head on over there and do that. The more activity and back and forth and stuff, it's just like YouTube here. If you like a post, if you share a post, if you leave a comment, that gives an interaction and that it boosts everything. It's a little bit different over there on how you can earn money and stuff. I'm still below that threshold. I'm still a little channel over there, but I'm thinking of some fun things for over there. So if you're looking for something a little different, I'll be over there. I won't be taking anything away from YouTube or Patreon. And I'll probably post some things there and here in the shorts format, but we'll see, because I need to learn how to do both of those things before I can do too much. I've kind of just jumped into the Instagram pool to see what I can do. And if I get it right, great. And if I don't, well, I'm not hurting anything yet. So thank you guys so much for your support here, there, and everywhere. I really appreciate it. There's going to be some new things coming out that Patreon has offered, so I'll be posting that over there, and I'll let you know about it once I have it up and running. So much is always happening at this time of the year. It's busy for you guys. It's busy for us. It's apparently busy for Amazon because they just came across my screen and I can't see from it. Thanks, Amazon. There's all kinds of deals happening there all the time. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget, there's still some Advent boxes left over there. There's a half a one and a full one. I will be working on those videos soon, and then we'll have some fun. I love unboxing things and doing the Advent in December. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.